guys, it's Mayonnaise, and I am going to be doing Author's Answers number 2 from J.D. Archer by way of J.D. Estrada. So, the question number 2 is there an author who is often criticized that you love to read? Who is it? I gave this some thought. So I have 2 that come to mind, Nietzsche and Machiavelli. So they're criticized a lot, at least by the people that I've talked to about them, which is surprising to me, but whatever. Nietzsche, I've had a lot of people say, well, how can you as a girl read it and enjoy it? And I don't know, I'm a human being, and so I guess that takes precedence. I don't know. I read it, I enjoy it, and I've got a lot out of it, and that's all there is to it. I'm not going to stop reading it because somebody else doesn't like it, so whatever. And then Machiavelli. Oh, Machiavelli. I heard a lot of stuff about him before I ever read Machiavelli. I heard that it's just straight up evil, and I've heard that I shouldn't read it. Honestly, I've been told, I was told that I shouldn't read it because it would put bad thoughts into my head. Maybe it has, because I read it and a lot of it didn't seem evil. It seemed very pragmatic. But then again, I took the Harry Potter sorting hat challenge, and I thought I was a Ravenclaw going in, and I got back Slytherin. So maybe maybe I'm just that way. Anyway, I was kind of disappointed because I heard that he was such this villain, and that's not really the feeling I got. I saw somebody who's prudent, who could see the big picture, and you know, maybe I'm completely wrong. I'm not a scholar, but I've read The Prince now multiple times, and every time I enjoy it, and I just, yeah, I mean, I've really heard a lot of terrible things about it, and I was a bit disappointed. That's the way it always is. When somebody tells me something is so vile, I get a little, oh, is it? Oh, good. And then I check it out, and 9 times out of 10, I'm disappointed in how it isn't vile at all to me. But maybe that just means that, well, let's not internalize. Have some tea. But I could say that about pretty much any of the philosophy books. I know that Machiavelli is, you know, not that, but I'm talking about like one of Nietzsche and all of the philosophy that I've read. I have had so many people say, you know, it's bad, or you know, that it's really polarizing. It's really polarizing stuff. Also, Darwin is very, very polarizing, at least for me, where with my kind of background, coming out of growing up in a fundamentalist community, that was a huge no-no. Like, I mean, to a ridiculous degree, Darwin was vilified and often criticized, but with no knowledge to back that criticism up, absolutely none, and no interest in getting the knowledge, which is where I strongly deviate from those people, because if I'm going to criticize something, I want to know what I'm criticizing, why. I want to have points of reference and facts to back up why I disagree. And there's so many books that I could apply these criticisms to. Pretty much any science book that I've read and admired as an adult would have been, you know, has been highly criticized to me. because I didn't grow up with people who valued science. So something as innocent as Carl Sagan, very vilified, and I read it and I thought that it was like getting a hug. A hug of knowledge. And I just, yeah, I don't know. There's tons of books that I could go with, and I really plan to stick with one, but I can't because there's so many books that I love that are vilified. Okay, let's do another one. Francesca Lia Block. I love her books, and you know what? They were burned by people. Burned, and people tried to ban them. Which I know I've talked about banned books before a little bit, but whenever somebody is suppressing knowledge, that just makes me want to throw up in my mouth, and also pick up a torch as well, and not burn the book, but stop the people who are burning books. But anyway, that's another tangent altogether. Not really though, because it really, for me, it goes hand in hand with this whole topic. There are so many authors that I love that highly criticize whenever it's talking about critical thinking or anything that doesn't fit a very narrow view of the world. So, I mean, I could go on and on. My Kindle is full of criticized authors that I read. So, cheers to that. I'm gonna finish my tea. I hope that you have tea too. And you know what? I would challenge each one of you to go to a library and pick up a book that has been banned, because there's so many of them that have been banned. Henry Miller was banned. He's a fantastic writer. Just so many great books have been banned throughout history and derided, and yeah, okay, get some of that forbidden knowledge for yourself. Alright, I'm gonna finish that tea. I hope that you have tea too, and I will talk to you next time. Goodbye.